I'm Lydia Zeglin. I'm an assistant professor of microbial ecology in the biology department at Kansas State. I grew up spending a lot of time outdoors, working in the garden. My parents have a small farm, so I always understood that humans are a part of the landscape, and we have an impact on our environment, and our environment also helps feed us and has an impact on us. My lab and my type of research is very interdisciplinary. It doesn't fall neatly into one category of biology. Part of science and part of life is asking a question, sometimes finding out that you're wrong, and continuing, asking the next question that follows from that wrong answer. We don't spend a ton of time looking under the microscope. We sequence DNA and measure the activity of enzymes. And after pulling these molecules out of the soil and water, we spend a lot of time on the computer analyzing patterns in the data to understand the correlations or the relationships between the soil environment and the water environment and the types of organisms that live there. We set up all of the experiments with a question in mind. So we want to understand, for example, when you add fertilizer to a soil, does it change the dynamics and the growth patterns of all of the bacteria living in that soil, and how does that affect the potential for growth of plants in the future? I love learning. I can honestly say I have always enjoyed learning new things at school, not just being in classes, but learning how to do new things, and learning how to collect the data for myself, or bring new information into my brain and make sense of it myself and sort of talk with other people about what it means. So we work both in the lab and outdoors. Because we do work outside, when we set up our experiments and ask our questions, we think about the ecosystem context. The habitat for the organisms that we study is not just at the soil pore scale. What happens at the soil pore scale is connected to the management of the landscape and the soil environment itself. So we think a lot about the outdoor world, about the ecosystem. I challenge myself to learn something new every day, and I get to do that in this job. It's really fulfilling and fun to work with students and help them learn new things and learn new skills. There are many small experiences, I guess, that kind of add up to a bigger goal of becoming a scientific researcher. I'm Lydia. I'm a biologist, and I solve problems.